Thanks, guys. Here with Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. Coach, we are on to the Patriots, and this is a big one. This is a team that we played a year ago, did not go well. What have your guys taken away from that, knowing you get another opportunity to prove yourselves against one of the greatest coaches, if not the greatest coach of all time in Bill Belichick?
Yeah, great challenge. 2-3 football team, AFC opponent. You mentioned last year we didn't play nearly well enough to come away with a victory. So you can look at that tape. We have looked at that tape. I know they are as well. We just got to make sure that we don't beat ourselves. And I think that's been a big theme for us, is making sure that we take care of the little things. And that's coaches, players, offense, defense, special teams. You take care of the little things, they add up to the big thing.
Now, obviously, much has changed since last year, certainly for us on the offensive side of the football. But in that game, you didn't have Nick Chubb. You didn't have Kareem Hunt. Well, you got them right now. Nick Chubb leading the league in rushing. Kareem's been great in his own right. What have you seen from those guys? Because it feels like Nick is a guy who has always been as good as it gets. Feels like he's even elevated his game beyond what we're accustomed to, which is darn good.
Both those guys are playing at a high level. I think what you're seeing certainly in the run game is when the scheme matches up with some of our personnel. I mean, think about the linemen, the tight ends, and then you add those two runners. They don't need a big hole, either one, Nick or Kareem. When you block it well, I'm pretty confident they're going to get a bunch of yards. Sometimes when you don't block it well, they break tackles. So they're doing a really nice job. And I think offensively, it does take all 11 to get that run game going. It takes the quarterback to get us in and out of the correct plays, takes the quarterback to boot away and be diligent about those type of fakes. So I think I see with our run game, obviously with the runners, but I think I see 11 guys really doing their job. You
mentioned 11, and it's funny you mentioned that. 11 personnel, something we didn't run a ton out of in years past. We're running out of it a lot more this year. Nick Chubb's averaged about 8 yards a carry when we run out of 11 personnel. What has changed that's made you want to do that? And by the way, what does that say about what Amari and Donovan and whoever else is in there with him, how they're blocking as receivers?
Yeah, I think it always matters in what is the defense's counter to 11 is really what we're always focused on. And there's different things that teams may want to do to 11 personnel to seemingly take away the run game, and then in theory should be able to pass it. And if they want to take away the pass game, you can take it to the run game. So really for us, the focus goes on what type of front, what type of coverages are we getting when we put 11 out there on the field. There's been some advantageous looks for us in the run game, and teams that have maybe tried to sell out in the run, there are certainly advantageous ways to pass the ball.
And you passed it very effectively. Jacoby has been incredibly efficient, especially early downs and even on third down. We're one of the best third down teams in the NFL. What have you seen from your quarterback? Because it felt like last year at times people were able to just load the box and we couldn't throw out of it. Feels like this year, to your point, whatever, you've got an answer to whatever they try to put at you.
Jacoby's done a nice job. I think everybody sees on tape and in the games, he's doing a nice job of getting through his reads. He's a good progression quarterback. So he sees it clearly as a veteran, and he studies so hard. I really believe he sees the field really clearly, and he's able to make good decisions, deliver accurate balls. But for him, what I'm impressed by is you may have a player that you think the ball's going to go to him, he's covered. He'll get back to 2, 3, and even sometimes 4.
What are the Patriots going to try to do to us defensively?
Good question. I think that's the cat and mouse of this game, where I know they have multiple defenses. They've certainly, you've heard them called a game plan defense in the past, where they'll really play whatever front or whatever coverages they deem is the best way to attack that offense. So you have to be prepared for anything when you're playing a Patriots defense. You have to talk about what changes you may have as a staff. If they do this, then we'll do this. So you really go into it with your core plays, and you look at what they're doing early in the game, and you get ready to make adjustments.
Is that a fun challenge for you, going against Bill Belichick, knowing how last year didn't go the way that we wanted to, getting another opportunity and playing that chess game?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's our coaches versus their coaches, but more importantly, it's our players versus their players. So fortunately, I think we have a lot of good coaches here that will work real hard this week to make sure we put our guys in position to succeed. And then when you get to Sunday, that's a time where you got to be great in your communication and really adjust to what you're seeing.
How have the guys responded to another tough setback, knowing that, look, we are still very much right in this. We've got this game, which is very important, not looking past it, but then 2 division games. It's all right here in the next 3 games. I think will be big in determining where this season goes. Are the guys kind of cognizant of that, and how's kind of this week been in this preparation?
Yeah, as you know, we put the blinders on. So really what's happened in the past or what's in front of us really doesn't matter. What matters is this game. And I know about this game. It's a 2-3 opponent, just like us. They're in the AFC, so we know it's a big game. And then we just got to make sure we take care of all those little things. I know that sounds cliche, but when you're playing in a lot of close football games, to put yourself over the hump, you got to do those little things.
That's 1 yard, one play, 1 inch that changes the outcome in a game, and hopefully we're going to be on the right side of all of those this Sunday. Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, Nathan.